The presidential polls have not been nice to Trump lately. In almost every poll, he's fallen behind Clinton, and he's several points behind. But the Rasmussen poll today has him up by 4, and it looks like he might be gaining on Hillary now. But can he win the poll that counts? That's the big one in November. Here to tell us whether that's possible and how he thinks it can be done is somebody who knows Hillary Clinton almost as well as Bill knows her. Not quite. He is the author of Armageddon, How Trump Can Beat Hillary. Dick Morris, welcome to America Trends with Dr. Gina. It's good to see you, Dick. It's been so long since I saw you.
That's right. We were together in the studio, I think, last time.
Yes, it'd be nice to have you in studio this time, but we'll just have to settle for what we have. It's good to have you back. All right, Dick, your book title, exactly what we all want to know. How exactly is it that Trump can beat Hillary?
Well, first of all, in terms of the immediate polling, Hillary had a bounce when she won the nomination, and Trump had a bounce when he won his own party nomination, and the bounce faded. And now it's locked into pretty much a seesaw pattern that I think you'll see throughout the election. The fundamental thesis of my book is that there is a paradigm shift going on in American politics from the left-right spectrum, which has animated our politics, dominated it, to an insider versus outsider perspective. I did consulting for the Brexit people, the ones who wanted to leave the European Union.
Well, congratulations then.
And the interesting thing about that, Gina, is we got as many votes to leave from the conservative Tories as from the liberal Labour Party. Equal. Left and right didn't mean a damn thing there. It was, are you part of the elite that's profiting from globalization, or are you part of the masses that are getting screwed by it?
Interesting.
And I think that is the same template that animated Sanders and animated Trump during his own primary campaign.
Right. Do you think that there's a parallel there, Dick, where Trump, people might say right now they're not going to vote for him, just like they said they weren't going to vote for Brexit, but then when it was just them alone in that ballot box with that ballot, they did what their union boss or their political.
That may be the case.
Yeah. Do you think that there's a parallel?
But I think that fundamentally, the difference between Trump and Hillary as you approach this election is Trump keeps getting himself in trouble by the things he says. And he can stop saying them and stop getting into trouble. Hillary gets into trouble by the stuff she's done, and she can't erase that stuff. You know, Gina, I was her chief advisor for 20 years.
Yeah.
I know all the scandals, all the corruption, all the secrets, all the flip-flops, all the lies. And I figured that, hey, what am I sitting on it for? I put it in a book and brought it out there, and it's all in there.
Wow.
And what you see there is a pretty sordid history. And I realized when I was in the White House that all of the scandals I was trying to defend Bill from really originated with Hillary. From the time that she got Bill to go easy on the poultry producers and their crap went into the water supply for the state, killing many people. And he gave them a 10-year exemption. And in return, they gave Hillary $100,000 winnings in the futures market. Until just a few months ago, years ago, when Vladimir Putin wanted to control 20% of America's uranium supply. And he bought a Canadian company that owned it. And they flew Bill out to Moscow. He gave a speech for $1 million, and Hillary signed off on the deal. And I really lay that out. So I think Trump has to keep up that fire. That's the right jab. But he also needs the left hook to appeal to the Bernie Sanders voters, because Hillary is the ultimate insider.
Yeah, there's so many great questions I want to ask you so badly, because I want to ask about the most egregious thing that you point out in the book that we might not know about. But I'm also absolutely dying to ask you if you are advising Trump, and if so, what's your best advice for him?
Well, I'm giving him advice on the Gina Loudon show, for example, and in my book, and I send in memos and stuff. I have no official involvement in the campaign, and I'm not sure I want one. As to the most egregious thing in the book, I think it is the transition from Hillary being a person who wanted money in order to get power, campaign contributions, to someone who wants power in order to make money. That marriage has gone from a genuine romance in the 70s and the 80s to a partnership in the 90s. And now it's a RICO, a racketeering organization. Bill passes the bag and Hillary does the favors. $220 million of personal income. And I don't see the difference between that and a bribe.
Yeah, you go from flat broke, at least that was Hillary's description of how things were at the end of Bill's presidency, to hundreds of millions of dollars. We've lost count. No one really knows. All the speeches she won't disclose. You've got the risking our national security, so many things. But I have to say, from the way you worded it, it almost seems like Bill's getting his comeuppance when he now is the one who talked to Loretta Lynch at the airport, as we know. He's the one with the girls in the background that are making it so it's almost impossible for Hillary to run on the gender issue, which I think she thought was going to be her best foot forward. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that's true. I think the issue is not so much what Bill did, but that Hillary hired a fleet of detectives to investigate the women, not to get them to stop seeing her husband, not for divorce, but to cow them into silence so that Bill could be elected president. I think that there's a vast difference between that and the way any other politician handled scandals in their lives.
Well, Dick Morris, we just wish you all the best with this book. Tell us all where we can get it and anything else you want us to know about it really quick in about the 30 seconds we have remaining.
Amazon.com or in any bookstores. The Secret Service agent Byrne was a wonderful guy and courageous in writing the book, but he was listening outside the door. I was in the room, and I talked about how Bill Clinton tackled me and tried to hit me. I talked about how once when I met with Hillary, the whole right side of her face was black and blue.
Oh, my goodness.
Left, and,
wow. I can't wait. I can't wait. You're going to send me a copy. Are you going to be in Cleveland, yes or no?
Yes.
All right. We'll see you there. Thanks for being with us. Dick Morris, go get a copy of his book.